XRP holders, is this the bottom or do we got more paint train to come? We're also going to talk about what institutions, 50% of them, what they're going to be buying. We'll talk ETH, BTC, gold, silver, updates.
I say lots of naughty things, so here's your warning.
7-day chart. The worse the government shutdown gets, it seems the worse the alts are getting. Well, the majority of them. How do we know? Because you can look at the freaking heat map and see that everything's freaking red today. What's up, everyone? Late video of the day. We got lots to do, but before we do that, you know the deal. You, the viewer, man, most, let's share your comments at the beginning of every video. Oh, I've got a spicy video for you today because it's going to match the red up on the screen. Well, you know, like red, like hot pepper spices. Come on, work with me here. What do you want me to do? It's bad. Bad, naughty heat map. But you know the deal. Before we get into the news, you, the viewer, matter most, so I share your comments at the beginning of every video. Warning here, we're going to get graphic, everyone. NSK says 9117 says, really nice to hear you feeling better, and you can again do things you love. Yeah, I'm starting to definitely feel better, getting a little bit more training in, thinking about getting a race going on. Titanium channel member, thank you very much, channel member, says, traveling. Looking at a second home, UK finished, UK taking a piss with tax, trying to take it from all of us and trying to implement 20,000 pound K-Max crypto holdings. Thank you for sharing. And I get it. We're dealing with the same thing here in the United States where we're getting taxed up the b-hole and not getting shit for it. Speaking of the b-hole, one of you 7% of ladies out there is commenting, and ladies, you are being represented, by the best. Christine's hanging out with us. Another channel member says, okay, backdoor, that shit is not standard. No, it's not standard, but it is appreciated. My, have we gone off the rails today? Says, I'm super happy I have gold and silver. Well, I'm just going to check out for a while. I just restarted Better Call Saul to run in the background while I'm working. Very cool on that one. I couldn't care less happening in the world. Good, bad, happy, or sad. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you so much. That's right. Our lives matter most, like our near to us lives. Well done, Christine. Heat map, rough. All right, look. ETH down 4%, BNB down 5.5%, XP down 3.8%, ADA 3s as well, while Doge down 4.7%, SWI is down almost 5%. Government shutdown lingers, crypto takes a poop butt. BTC is holding its gains better than the alts. It's 43 out of 100, so it's sliding more to BTC dominance. Now, basically what, for everyone that follows, this is what that means. It means over the last 90 days, there are only 43 cryptos performing better price-wise than BTC. The rest of them are doing much, much worse. 50% of institutions plan to increase allocations to Bitcoin in a year. Holy shit, man. Specifically, the report found that 50% of surveyed firms plan to raise their crypto allocations over the next 12 months, while another third intend to keep their positions unchanged. Okay. Meanwhile, nearly 7 in 10 institutions expect to boost their holdings within 5 years. Damn. And a quarter of them plan major increases. Notably, this trend shows how crypto assets are becoming more acceptable. Yeah, traditional finance is getting in. The report notes that crypto assets are currently making up 7% of institutional portfolios, but the number could more than double to 16% within 3 years. Interestingly, asset managers are the leading trend, taking bigger positions than asset owners. Specifically, 14% of managers hold between 2 and 5% of their portfolios in BTC, compared to 7% of owners. Wow. If you want to read this report, I have it. It's all linked in the description below. Really, really good stuff here. Ripple Partners, right, with that Bahrain FinTech Bay for RLUSD launch. Yeah, as well as custody. Great news for Ripple private shareholders. Plain and simple. BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF rockets past 800,000 BTC in custody. Whoa, and record-breaking run. BlackRock, the world's biggest asset manager. No backdoor from BlackRock. You know what I'm saying? Now holds 802,200 BTC in IBIT ETF. By the way, remember too, they also made some like insane amount, like 245 million in profit, which is that one freaking ETF in fees. That's what they made in fees in 1 year. So that's fucking nuts. Meanwhile, IBIT has led the charge in weekly inflows among all U.S. listed spot BTC ETFs. IBIT is number one in weekly flows among all ETPs with 3.5 billion, which is 10% of all net flows into ETFs. Holy shit. 10% of the money flowing into ETFs went to one BTC ETF. That tells you right now how much BTC is gobbling, and yet we're still seeing BTC in the red. So even though people are freakishly buying, there's also tons of people selling. I'm sharing a lot of this BTC stuff because a lot of the institutions are doing it because BTC has the golden pass, right? Across like the globe, BTC is really looked at as a commodity, just like gold and silver, okay? So with that in mind, people aren't freaking out about it, about the whole unregistered securities thing, SEC thing, and people, big money, are getting into it. I'm just trying to share this with you because there's big perspectives out there, big money, and I'm trying to bring you the news from all over the place. And this is what's hot right now, right? What's hot, naughty, spicy, and relevant. Roughly half U.S. states are effectively in a recession, and they're hanging on by their fingertips. Despite the national figures of 3.8, basically, since the overall numbers in the United States are good, they're saying that's misleading because there's a couple areas that are really big, which are doing very well, but a whole bunch that are doing bad. So those couple that are doing really well are kind of like outweighing a bunch over here, okay? So this bunch over here is in deep, deep poopy. Like, how much deep poopy? Well, according to an analyst from Moody's Analytics, 22 U.S. states are seeing their economies contract. Meanwhile, just 16 are seeing economic growth, while 13 are classified as treading water. That's not fucking good. So you got your haves and your have-nots, and your have-nots are doing really bad. It doesn't show up on the big reports because the haves are doing freakishly well. Rich getting rich, and the poor ain't getting a damn thing. Altcoin season index, like I said, 43 out of 100. Holy shit on the volume, $200 billion, 208 specifically. XRP at 279 on the price action. If we hit the bottom, honestly, if this government stuff drags out even worse, you're going to see this really test that 270 near-term floor that we've been dealing with. You got to zoom out just a little bit, and you could see it Rocha at the end of September. We tested that. There was a lot of buying activity around that time, and it pushed it right up. You can see the volume was just nuts so around that time. And from that point on, it really made a healthy move, a 40-cent move here in like a week and a half. That's very impressive. So we have to look at XP that way, and we have to pay attention to this right here. Are we going to be able to bounce back up from that 270 floor? Like that oh shit, we're going to buy floor. By the way, 270, is that a good deal for XP, or do y'all think it's going to go lower, or you think we're going to hold right here? Remember, this is all based on U.S. government negativity pushing down the market here as of late, right? People looking to safe haven assets. Do you have faith that the government of the United States is going to get this done anytime soon? No, you don't. And I don't either. And I don't blame you. Okay. Now, for those of you that say, yes, I have faith in the United States government, I love your optimism. Realism, I'm sorry. I think you might have some things that you need to share with the rest of the group. Remember, sharing is caring. And so if you're feeling that optimistic, maybe something is helping you get there. Let's talk about those BTC ETFs gobbling up tons and tons of money. That is some crazy action there. 10% of all ETFs is flowing into one BTC ETF right now, the IBIT. Think about that. And yet still, yeah, so there's some bigger factors out there. So even with all that buying, BTC is not able to stay in the green, but BTC has been doing better than the rest of the market, as seen by the altcoin season index sliding on down, just like my hopes with the White Sox for next year, because I know they're not going to sign anyone to a big contract. They're not going to bring in a big bat, and we'll probably trade away a couple of our younger players that really developed this year, because you know the White Sox, we can't pay anyone, and so we have to trade. Sorry, my bad. Just thinking baseball. See? White Sox tumbler. See? So BTC gobbling up all the money right now, which means what? A vacuum for the other things out there. Gold and silver also gobbling up money, right? Touching all-time highs. So there's some things that are hot right now, some things that are not, and my job is to bring you the news, whether it's hot, spicy, naughty, or relevant. Choo-choo what? Oh, you're new here. Yeah? Well, you went through a hell of a video. We talked backdoor, we talked ETFs, we talked inflows, and we also talk, here's how every video ends. Choo-choo what? Choo-choo bitches.